So I am sitting on a balcony, and our topic today is Slack, and I had one of these moments. So I feel like COVID has really kind of like screwed with all of us, right? And I'm in New South Wales, so coming out of lockdown, super excited to feel like I needed to fill my life with all this stuff, back in the hospital, teaching face-to-face, my company's hopefully launching a product, so we're talking about strategy. I'm helping to develop this big philanthropic event, which I'm really excited about. And, you're back in the world, like touching things, changing things. And you look back on lockdown and you think, damn COVID, because COVID meant that I couldn't do anything. It made me slack, it made me lazy, it took away all of the things I could do. And I've dived in head first. I'm presently on a TV show shoot, which I can't talk about, but that's also very exciting. And again, it's the physical contact. Today I was doing a whole bunch of work and I kind of just hit this wall. I just felt this really weird, anxious, heavy feeling. And I realized it was the same feeling I used to have when I was in COVID. But I was like, but that doesn't make sense, because I thought I was having that feeling because I had nothing to do and I couldn't go out and I couldn't do stuff, and now I'm free, and and I couldn't work out what was going on. And so I came out and I'll show you. I am in paradise here, so beautiful. And so I came out onto the balcony, so you can see, on a little chair, and I had a seat. And I thought, I'll just sit here for a moment. You know what the first thing I thought? I thought, my God, that's so lazy, Renee. Why are you being so slack? Why, you've been sitting around for the entire of COVID. Like, get up and do something. Which is crazy, right? But I started feeling guilty for taking a moment to not fill all my time. So why was I feeling the same way during COVID as I did today? And I have a theory, which I'm going to leave you guys with. I thought about it. I think the idea of being slack, or taking some space or a break, or giving yourself some slack, actually has nothing to do with how many things you're doing or not doing. I think it has more to do with your ability to move in the space in between yourself and the rest of the world. That when you can step back from things and step into things, and they're separate but connected, that's when you kind of hit this really lovely spot where you've given yourself your slack, you've had a bit of a break, you can take a break, but you're still in it, And I feel like the one thing that having nothing to do and having too much to do has in common is it's really impossible to feel like you can step away from whatever it is. A million things out there, if I feel like I have enough space to move back and forth, I love. Nothing to do out there, if I feel like I have the ability to move and I can step towards and I can choose which way I'm going to walk, it's really exciting. And I think that's what slack really means. I think it's that flexibility and that stretch and that give to move forward and backwards. It's not about being super busy. It's not about doing everything. It's about, I think, being able to do stuff and then remember to pull away from that other thing, step back, and move towards something else. And probably the least slack, most useful, most meaningful, valuable thing that I did today was to stop and sit on this couch and be super thankful that I get to be in this world.